बस वीडियो भी ऑन कर लो।
हाँ
एक सेकंड एक सेकंड
प्रकट हो गए मिस्टर करियप्पा।
हेलो हेलो
व्हाट्सअप गाइस।
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Jojo with
and Shruti.
it's session 2 of the album. Oh my god. Okay, we had to end that session that day. It was too much in a good way, है ना?
Correct.
So now we're back for the last song, special
Yeah.
session, and after this song we're going to discuss the full album thoda sa
Yeah.
विस्तार
Yeah.
में, है ना?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just get into it. It's the title track. What are your expectations? Quickly, just.
My first expectation is the link, and after that, my expectation will be.
Sorry. Excitement. Wait, tiny. Shit,
And
हो गया.
yeah, but besides that, the way it's been going,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
just like hoping कि बस मुझे रोना और ना आए, because
I
like the way this
know.
album, second half of it especially has been, it is just like in some. It's really like it's been hard. It's been hard. It's been hard to listen to the album. I've been really busy since our last session.
Yeah.
So while I had promised myself that I'm going to listen to the album, I've got zero chance. Like मेरे को moment, and you know, at the back of my head, every day I'm like, मुझे सुननी है यार, जब मैं थोड़े relax होगा ना, life थोड़ी सी calm down होगी, मैं सुनूंगी. And like 0% chance.
I
So
know,
अभी
you've been
मैंने
really
बिल्कुल नहीं
busy.
सुना है.
That's
Yeah,
okay,
and
but you remember how you felt na, in our session.
everything. Like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a little difficult to forget how I
Yeah,
felt.
exactly. It
Because
was...
those songs, like, you know, I usually never use these dialogues, but those songs are living completely rent-free in my head. Like, and how they are like घर बसा लिया उन्होंने वहाँ पे. Like, कि बस
Gen Z
हम हैं
videos.
यहाँ. Yes.
Yeah, same. No, I heard because I edited. So abhi I haven't edited
Correct.
all, but whatever
Yeah.
I've edited, I've heard again. Oh, it was too difficult, especially when we
I
reached
got
the middle
messages from
portion.
her telling, listen, just to edit this, and full cry emoji. Yeah, you
मेरा
know,
भय भय हो रहा था वहीं पे.
हाँ.
But so just before we started this session, while getting ready, I quickly heard the last few tracks.
Oh,
तो
good.
अभी थोड़ा, you know, it's fresh in my mind. But yes, the album ka towards the end, middle, everywhere, it's just gotten to us. Now, from this, the only thing I'm expecting is him to tell us a story, because that sort of still hasn't happened. Now, storytelling wala theme.
Correct.
So
Yeah, like storytelling. What do you mean? Like what type of storytelling?
like बल्लियों में,
अच्छा.
like
हाँ.
एक कहानी किसी की.
I like how
type song.
specific she is. What
Yeah.
type of expectation she has.
Because that's the kind of song I really expected from him. So maybe he's left that for
Hmm.
the end. Maybe he's just not gone there. We don't know. Chalo, let's find out.
Okay.
Okay. Chalo.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, play.
We are alone together, just you and I. God has made us.
आया है खत मेरे नाम लेकिन उस पर किसी का नाम नहीं है. अब पढ़ना शुरू किया तो पता लगा कोई आम पैगाम नहीं है. लिखने वाला कहता है उसने गाने सारे मेरे याद कर लिए. I'm thinking it's kind of funny, मुझे अपने भी सब गाने याद नहीं है. लिखता है 2012 में पहली दफा उसने मेरा कुछ सुना था, तब मैं शायद 15 का था. उसका कहना है कि वो था तब 16 का. वो लिखता है आज के दिनों में उसकी खुशी का ठिकाना ही नहीं. मेन स्ट्रीम ये स्ट्रीम वो स्ट्रीम, मेरे से हार्ड कोई आना ही नहीं. मैं सोचता हूँ why do they think मेरे जैसा ना आने में मेरी कोई जीत है. जो मुझसे मुतासिर रहे मुझे उन लड़कों से बेतहाशा उम्मीदें. मैं समझता हूँ तेरा पर्सपेक्टिव पर मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू थोड़ा सा फर्क है. I came from nothing, जान लगा दी, हसल के मामले कड़क हैं. खैर ये मेरा एक मौकफ है, even if you don't fuck with it तो चिल है. दिल से बड़े ख्वाब, मेरे ख्वाबों को ताबीरें तुमसे ही मिले. जब कोई ना खड़ा था पीछे ये कला ही तो मेरी गवाह बनी. Cause daddy was in and out और उस दर्द की शायरी दवा बनी. Now dad is fucking proud, उसके नाम के नारे पड़े यहाँ shows पे. He was one of those guys जो कहता था बेटा तू ये काम छोड़ दे. अब मैं भी नहीं ढूंढता कमी उन रिश्तों में, खुदा ने कितना नवाजा है. खुदा ने वो ताकत दी, मैंने लोगों की सोच को ही बदल डाला है. वो लिखता है जिंदगी उसकी भी बदल के गुजरे हुए सालों में. वो कहता है जिम्मेदारी बढ़ गई, कमी होती जा रही यारों में. वो कहता है उसके 3 भाई, वो खुद सबसे बड़ा है सारों में. लिखता है उससे हौसला मिलता है मेरे गाए हुए इन गानों में. मुझे सच्चाई दिखे इस लिखाई में, वही सच्चाई जो दिखे इस भाई को मेरी लिखाई में. सी जैसी एनर्जी ब्रो, खुदा हमें किसी भी शक्ल में मदद भेजता है, we never know. तो देखो तो तब भी हम दोनों ही थे, और देखो तो अब भी हम दो. वो लिखता है if he could afford, वो मेरे शो पे आता next week. And I just adore the way this brother has set straight his priorities. और हाँ प्रायोरिटीज, अब मैं अंदर ही अंदर हंसूं जब वेटर पूछे कोक या पेप्सी. अब देखूं ये खत तो मुझे ये लगे मेरी जिंदगी का अक्स ही. कभी सोचा नहीं था जो दिन मैंने देखे वो दिन भी मैं देखूंगा. कभी सोचा नहीं था कि वो रो देंगे पढ़ के जब मैं उन पे लिखूंगा. कभी सोचा भी तो ये गुमान हुआ कि हाँ कहीं तो पहुंचूंगा. Never thought backstage खड़ा चोरी छुपे ये आंसू पहुंचूंगा. Life is amazing, आंखें खोल this shit is so crazy. Just when I think that I've seen it all, I see some shit that amaze me. जिंदगी बदल दी मेरी तुमने मेरी नजर से देखो तो खुद को. वो लिखता है मेरी तरह काफी अकेला महसूस करता था खुद को. लेकिन फिर अड़ जाना सीखा, हिम्मत बांध के जो लड़ जाना सीखा. और लड़ना भी ठीक था, कहीं जज्बात काबू कर लेना भी ठीक था. लिखता है उसका छोटा भाई कहता है कि वो भी रैपर बनेगा. He says वो वीडियो बनाएगा, उसका गाना भी टीवी पे चलेगा. उसके टॉप 2 में सैवेज और जानी वो फीचर करेगा तो उनसे करेगा. But bro, you better not tell him कि छोटे तुझे रैप से कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. Cause that would be fucking wrong. मैं ये लिखते हुए हंस रहा हूँ, और मैं हंसा मतलब shit is serious. जिंदगी अपनी terms पे जीनी है. I'm glad that you fuck with the music. दिल से करता हूँ, got my heart into this. And I wish I could write more, but I gotta show cause I'm on tour. Gotta bounce man, hang tight, be safe. Bye ये तू.
Oh,
ये गाना थोड़ा ओपन लेटर ही था. ओके, अंडरस्टैंडेबल. ये लेटर बहुत पर्सनल हो गया. वाओ.
oh my God. Things are falling.
Absolutely loved it. The thought behind it. मैं बस वही सोच रही थी कि कैसे वो लेटर पढ़ के how it must have moved him and he must have thought मैं ऐसा क्या कर सकता हूँ जो बहुत ही I'm sure सोचा भी नहीं होगा इतना, ये हम सोच रहे हैं. For him maybe it came very spontaneously that if somebody has bared their heart out and what the writing must have done to him as a writer and such a sensitive soul that he read it and said I must and I need to kind of reply back to this, but not in this way.
Yeah.
But rather not as a not as a letter, not as a DM, but rather just an open letter like in a song. Wow, hats off to this man. Like this, here he went beyond the artist. He didn't remain an artist. Here he was human first, and then the artist kind of propped up his thoughts as a human and said, yes, this is a good thought, this is the right whatever. If somebody is being that inspired by you in your life, you have that responsibility towards them to talk back to them. And the way he's done this, I can listen to. I mean, normally Jojo, you always keep saying गाना वापस सुने क्या. ये गाना मैं अभी बैठे 5 बार और सुन सकती हूँ इकट्ठे if you need to. Like ये वैसा गाना है. And
I think we should, dude. I have the lyrics now in front of me.
Yes.
Because itni lines nahi that I want to talk about after, but let's listen to it again because
Yes. और अगर इस बार रोना आ गया, just don't say टीका पेन रोन दो and ये रोते रहते हैं, please just रोने दो.
yeah. I'm actually controlling, but it's not. This man, the way he's put these thoughts together, my only thought in the first few lines was, what a beautiful way to tell your story from an outside perspective while you're reading someone's letter and then saying कि वो तब 16 का था, तब मैं 15 का था और मैं ये लिख रहा था. And there only I was like, oh, here it starts, telling the story from that age, but in such a beautiful setting. I'm reading your letter and I'm replying to your letter and telling you while you were going through that, what was happening at my end, the way he set it, like just those lines in the beginning blew my mind. I was like, this is how you close your album, by addressing every such person who has ever written to you or sent you a message or given you something personal of theirs that they wanted to share after being moved by your music. Okay, let's listen to it again because we must. Ready?
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't even have the words to talk. 1, 2, 3, play.
We are alone together,
Let's talk about it later.
Yes.
just you and I. God has made
आया है खत मेरे नाम लेकिन उस पर किसी का नाम नहीं है। अब पढ़ना शुरू किया तो पता लगा कोई आम पैगाम नहीं है। लिखने वाला कहता है उसने गाने सारे मेरे याद कर लिए। I'm thinking it's kind of funny, मुझे अपने भी सब गाने याद नहीं है। लिखता है 2012 में पहली दफा उसने मेरा कुछ सुना था, तब मैं शायद 15 का था। उसका कहना है कि वो था तब 16 का। वो लिखता है आज के दिनों में उसकी खुशी का ठिकाना ही नहीं। मेन स्ट्रीम ये स्ट्रीम वो स्ट्रीम, मेरे से हार्ड कोई आना ही नहीं। मैं सोचता हूँ why do they think मेरे जैसा ना आने में मेरी कोई जीत है। जो मुझसे मुतासिर रहे मुझे उन लड़कों से बेतहाशा उम्मीदें। मैं समझता हूँ तेरा पर्सपेक्टिव पर मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू थोड़ा सा फर्क है। I came from nothing, जान लगा दी, हसल के मामले कड़क हैं। खैर ये मेरा एक मौकफ है, even if you don't fuck with it तो चिल है। दिल से बड़े ख्वाब, मेरे ख्वाबों को ताबीरें तुमसे ही मिले। जब कोई ना खड़ा था पीछे ये कला ही तो मेरी गवाह बनी। Cause daddy was in and out और उस दर्द की शायरी दवा बनी। Now dad is fucking proud, उसके नाम के नारे पड़े यहाँ शोज पे। He was one of those guys जो कहता था बेटा तू ये काम छोड़ दे। अब मैं भी नहीं ढूंढता कमी उन रिश्तों में, खुदा ने कितना नवाजा है। खुदा ने वो ताकत दी, मैंने लोगों की सोच को ही बदल डाला है। वो लिखता है जिंदगी उसकी भी बदल के गुजरे हुए सालों में। वो कहता है जिम्मेदारी बढ़ गई, कमी होती जा रही यारों में। वो कहता है उसके 3 भाई, वो खुद सबसे बड़ा है सारों में। लिखता है उससे हौसला मिलता है मेरे गाए हुए इन गानों में। मुझे सच्चाई दिखे इस लिखाई में, वही सच्चाई जो दिखे इस भाई को मेरी लिखाई में। सी जैसी एनर्जी ब्रो, खुदा हमें किसी भी शक्ल में मदद भेजता है, वी नेवर नो। तो देखो तो तब भी हम दोनों ही थे और देखो तो अब भी हम दो। वो लिखता है if he could afford, वो मेरे शो पे आता next week and I just adore the way this brother has set straight his priorities। और हाँ प्रायोरिटीज, अब मैं अंदर ही अंदर हंसूं जब वेटर पूछे कोक या पेप्सी। अब देखूं ये खत तो मुझे ये लगे मेरी जिंदगी का अक्स ही। कभी सोचा नहीं था जो दिन मैंने देखे वो दिन भी मैं देखूंगा। कभी सोचा नहीं था कि वो रो देंगे पढ़ के जब मैं उन पे लिखूंगा। कभी सोचा भी तो ये गुमान हुआ कि हाँ कहीं तो पहुंचूंगा। Never thought backstage खड़ा चोरी छुपे ये आंसू पहुंचूंगा। Life is amazing, आंखें खोल this shit is so crazy। Just when I think that I've seen it all, I see some shit that amaze me। जिंदगी बदल दी मेरी तुमने मेरी नजर से देखो तो खुद को। वो लिखता है मेरी तरह काफी अकेला महसूस करता था खुद को, लेकिन फिर अड़ जाना सीखा, हिम्मत बांध के जो लड़ जाना सीखा। और लड़ना भी ठीक था, कहीं जज्बात काबू कर लेना भी ठीक था। लिखता है उसका छोटा भाई कहता है कि वो भी रैपर बनेगा। He says वो वीडियो बनाएगा, उसका गाना भी टीवी पे चलेगा। उसके टॉप 2 में सैवेज और जानी वो फीचर करेगा तो उनसे करेगा। But bro, you better not tell him कि छोटे तुझे रैप से कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, cause that would be fucking wrong। मैं ये लिखते हुए हंस रहा हूँ और मैं हंसा मतलब shit is serious। जिंदगी अपनी terms पे जीनी है। I'm glad that you fuck with the music। दिल से करता हूँ got my heart into this and I wish I could write more but I gotta show cause I'm on tour। Gotta bounce man, hang tight, be safe, bye ये तू।
Oh God. Hang tight, be safe.
I have nothing to say for this song except I absolutely love it yet again. And every time he's made it personalized, those lines were my favorite. Like how you also said, कि, you know, uski life mein kya ghat raha tha while he's reading, and you know, like those parallels he's drawn, and he's also drawn it not with the way of एक होता है ना कि किसी ने आपको like a fan who's written to you. He's not at no point in the way the words have been used. At no point do you feel that. It almost feels like the respect he has for his fans, it kind of shows through that, you know, in his head, the humility that must be while in full awareness of what he has become and who he is. Yet there is this very beautiful humility, which is there. There is that apnapan, you know, and you can't fake it. You can't fake it. And I think that is the reality of this. यार वो वाली line के मैं backstage खड़े होके अभी भी आंसू पोंछता हूँ.
That's where I started tearing up. Proper.
जब बेटा पूछता है पेप्सी या कोक, you know, and he laughs because it's
अंदर ही
like
अंदर
yes.
हंसता हूँ.
Oh man, there are just
too many thoughts in this man. The thing he started over there with something like, I'm thinking it's kind of funny क्योंकि मुझे ही अपने गाने याद नहीं है, you know.
yes.
And then in the end he says कि I'm laughing मतलब बात है serious, and I love that because it's kind of playing on this thought of, you know, something that I kind of love to believe about my life, or just life in general, which is Stephen Hawking when he said that life would be tragic if it weren't funny. So, you know, even through the worst things, you can sit back and laugh through them thinking, kya humne socha tha, kya ho raha hai, you know? It's, so when he said that line, ki, मैं ये लिखता हुआ हंस रहा हूँ और मैं हंसा मतलब shit is serious, I was like, oh, what a beautiful, like, beautifully similar sort of thought right there. Yeah. When shit is serious, we must learn to still laugh through it, you know? Anyway, so
how he also created those parallels right in the start, you know, saying ke देखें तो मैं भी ये उस टाइम मैं ये कर रहा था तुम ये कर रहे थे and we are the same, like you know how that how he created that level. Fantastic.
He created that level and he did that thought of, I find it funny when you say this, कि मेरे जैसा कोई hard ना है, because मेरी thinking थोड़ी फर्क. So he's explaining why he thinks differently from you, but still he's it's not an argumentative tone. He's just like, you know, like a brother. He's talking, like मेरी सोच ऐसी है because like this, and so beautifully shows his like humility there. You know, through the whole song, you don't feel like a big famous celebrity or personality, or you know, someone who's achieved a lot of success or fame or money is talking to you. Throughout, the tone is so exactly the last line that he ended on. Bhai hai tu.
ये गाना तो दिल ले गया यार, ये गाना बहुत अच्छा था. The song is really amazing.
After going through this whole album and the whole emotional roller coaster ride that he's taken us on, he ends it with this. Listen, I can't even imagine what like the fans who followed them from the start probably felt listening to this, you know, because हम तो बहुत late आए थे party में, लेकिन हमें ये इतना hit कर रहा है. I love that line where he said, "That's the energy, bro." वो सच्चाई जो दिखे इस भाई को मेरी लिखाई में, see, that's the energy, bro. I was just like,
this is what I meant, कि उसके साथ क्या हो रहा है, इसके साथ क्या हो रहा है, how you
energy exchange कैसे होता है, and how we are able to understand who's real and who's not, you know. When someone is faking it, you can tell through multiple different things, and when someone is absolutely 100% real, it's the energy you get. And you can just dude, too many lines, but one sec, this last bit, no, I just have to, one sec. वो लिखता है मेरी नजर, okay, जिंदगी बदल दी मेरी तुमने, मेरी नजर से देखो तो खुद को. वो लिखता है मेरी तरह काफी अकेला महसूस करता था खुद को, लेकिन फिर और जाना सीखा, हिम्मत बांध के जो लड़ जाना सीखा, और लड़ना भी ठीक था, कई जज्बात काबू कर लेना भी ठीक था. लिखता है उसका छोटा भाई, कहता है कि वो भी रैपर बनेगा. ही सेज वो वीडियो बनाएगा, उसका गाना भी टीवी पे चलेगा. उसके टॉप 2 में सैवेज और जानी वो फीचर करेगा तो उनसे करेगा. He's given a shout out nicely here. But bro, you better not tell him कि छोटे तुझे रैप से कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. Because that would be fucking wrong. मैं ये लिखते हुए हंस रहा हूँ, और मैं हंसा मतलब shit is serious. जिंदगी अपनी terms पे जीनी है. I'm glad that you with the music. दिल से करता हूँ. Got my heart into this. Oh, and I wish I could write more, but I have a show because I'm still hustling because I'm on tour. Got a bounce, man. Hang tight. Be safe. Bhai hai tu. Oh, it's it.
You know, there's another really beautiful thing. While you were reading out, there were so many subtle references to his previous verses. Like if he didn't know what he spoke about his father, if he didn't know what his other stuff had been, not because of all the other songs we've heard. I mean, if we purely just listen only to the song, right? ये जो third verse के अंदर जो बातें बोली, वो fully समझ आ रही हैं, even for someone who listens to the song पहली बार maybe and has no idea about him. Say if there is someone like that, then उनको तब भी ये बात समझ आ जाएगी, और रेफरेंस और उस you know जो उसकी फाइट रही है, जो the struggle he's seen and then come, वो समझ आ जाएगा. You know, that's the beauty that in how कम से कम words में भी reference इस तरह बिठाना that it hits home to a person who knows and even to a person who doesn't know.
That's the beauty
brilliant.
of the writing. And once again, hats off to Umair for the sampling and the
वो गाना क्या था, मुझे तो अभी भी नहीं पता कि वो गाना कौन सा यूज किया है. लेकिन
I feel like I've heard it before, or maybe it's just from a similar era, तो फिर वो familiarity लग रही है. लेकिन
so that's what I like about it, that it's not very directly traceable, and yet it gives you the whole bhav correctly.
It sets the scene,
sets the mood exactly. So it sets it perfectly, and then with his awaz when he begins the first line, and you're like, yes.
Okay, now I think we must
go through. What?
We must talk about the whole album as a whole now. I feel like अगर हम नहीं करेंगे तो ना इंसाफी होगी, और ये करने के लिए मैं एक मिनट ढूंढ रही हूँ कुछ. Okay.
Are you looking for the album? I can send it to you. Or are you looking for something else?
No, I was looking for my WhatsApp window. Because certain humans are joining us for this.
I know. That's what I meant to say. Are you
Oh.
looking for something else?
Sorry, I'm very slow right now, very emotional right now.
I know.
मेरे आंसू फिर से बहने वाले हैं because ये बहुत ही like I don't have the words anymore. On song 15, I have run out of words. बस जो भी like
What's the response for this song been? Because you know me. मेरे को तो पता नहीं होता. I'm sure
अरे
everybody is loving it, no? Everyone must have gone crazy about this song. Because ये गाना ही ऐसा है.
I think most of the tweets that I've seen,
Yeah.
and people keep tweeting their favorites, like top 4, top 5 from the album.
Yeah.
Most of those tweets में this song is there.
मुझे पता है
Not
इसको
surprising.
गाना बोलते हुए भी strange लग रहा है because ये मुझे गाना लग नहीं रहा है.
I know,
Like, you know,
actually.
I'm like, I can't call it a
It's-
गाना, yaar. What else? But can't come up open letter.
Friend
what
के
it
साथ conversation type.
हाँ.
You
हाँ.
know, that's what the hardcore fans must be feeling. I can't imagine. Listen, I can't because I know a lot of people who DM me regularly who are like diehard fans from the start. No,
Yeah.
they're the
Yeah.
ones who keep saying real talk पे लेके आओ उनको और ये वो.
Correct. Correct.
So I engage with them regularly. You guys know who you are. They must have to cried only. हमारा ये हाल हो रहा है. They must be तो भय भयंग like nobody's business. Just
Bhai bhang.
yeah.
That needs to come in bold letters across
DM
the
me
screen
and tell,
right
yeah, or just comment below if you were bhai bhai because I know you were.
now.
I know it. Okay, but it's this is my favorite part about this song beyond the lyrics. The lyrics have their own Hall of Fame. Is the way he set it up.
Yeah.
It's so smartly set up. I mean, we've seen open letters. It's like a thing on online on the internet.
Yeah.
But the way he set it up in a song and then told a story and then thanked people and did everything through it. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I'm admitting this person.
Okay.
Ta-da! He's here.
Connecting to audio. बस वीडियो भी ऑन कर लो.
एक second, एक second,
Ah,
एक second.
प्रकट हो गए
What's up?
मिस्टर करियप्पा.
Hello, hello.
What's up, guys?
What's
सुनी
up?
पूरी album?
Yes.
रो धो के बुरा हाल हो रहा है.
We
What do
just
you mean,
finished
what's up?
crying. We're going to spare you the crying.
Damn.
Did you cry when you
No.
heard it?
He
the first
doesn't
time?
cry. This man is
नहीं,
unemotional.
नहीं भी हाँ मतलब अच्छा लगेगा.
Emotion एक-
Especially the last 3 songs of the album are really good,
हाँ.
but ऐसे रोटने and
अच्छा, okay. So in your own way, what was your expression? Like, you know, how emotion कैसे निकलता है? Like, do you suddenly become like quiet, or do you like start laughing too
नहीं,
much, or like
no,
what do you do?
it is मस्त बात बोल रही है यार बंदा. It's just that. हाँ, वरना है.
Okay. तो वो कितनी बार इमोशन निकला कि
बहुत बार ये इसमें बहुत बार निकला. थर्ड लास्ट ट्रैक डाउनर्स एट डस्क में बहुत बार.
हाँ.
That was my favorite.
Nice.
Very nice. So we are here to do an album review with you,
Yeah.
which we were
Yeah.
supposed to do for Nayab, which never happened.
Yeah.
See, there were fans have been giving me a lot of hate in the comments, but you know, we were not in that album review mode at that time. This whole thing has begun very recently. I think Raftar ke EP se we started doing like a 1-week special, and then I realized, oh, we can actually do this.
We've already covered Raftar CP.
No, the hard drive.
अच्छा.
New one का तो space ही नहीं है कहाँ है?
हाँ, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Everyone's dropping one after the other. Where is the time? Avi Krishna also dropped. So now the backlog has increased. But yes, we're finally here with you. So I haven't seen your video, by the way.
Okay, great.
The second Shruti and I finished our session, last one, where we covered all 14 songs. I literally like got up and went to my phone and I saw that your video had popped up. And then I was like, should I not? And then I was like, no, we'll just discuss it with him because I don't want to know your thoughts beforehand.
That's right. That's good, actually. Yeah. I
Yeah.
prefer that.
So you can tell us your thoughts.
Yeah. So I don't have to like they video to dekha yoga and then repeat the same. I
No.
can be like,
You can chill. I just want to
Am I
know,
not-
like, no.
So we're not reacting. We're not reacting to the open letter. That's
No.
over.
Yeah. We
Okay.
cried. I knew you wouldn't be comfortable with us expressing our emotions.
Yeah, actually, thanks.
So I
a lot.
spared you.
Thanks a lot for
You would
that.
be like,
Honestly,
oh no, they're crying.
Yeah.
What the fuck do
I
I do here?
I wouldn't know how to react to that. Actually, you guys have reacted to La Hasin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Sunny
another.
Bhagwat.
Yeah, that's another very good track with a cat.
Okay.
So
ठीक है. So
what was your opinion on this album?
Listen, I will collect my thoughts later. You tell us first. You've been there. You collected all your thoughts.
Wow. Yeah, so I like this album. I found the flex rap to be a little subpar according to regular Anjan standard.
Oh, okay. What, even two-tone? Two-tone
Two Tone was actually was a track that I did not like. Oh, according to Like it is a very unpopular opinion in the audience. But the samples,
It was
but the
Bhola's favorite when she finished hearing
Yeah,
it.
one of my. Yeah, but I want to
Yeah.
know why.
Yeah.
yeah, because
mean-
when I was listening to it, so the samples are very heavy and so it's also a lyrical track where a lot of conversation is happening. So that is basically Taranjiv's response to all the diss tracks that has been directed to him, like all the young artists जो last 2-3 साल में कर.
Right.
So it has a lot of meat in it, but the vocal samples are so heavy that like if you listen to it, you have to like concentrate कि क्या बोल रहा है.
Okay. That's a valid point.
मैंने अपने review में बोला था that I am disappointed in Two Tone because lyrically and beat wise, individual अगर इन दोनों को judge करें तो it is a very good track, but दोनों एक साथ जब आए तो that I love the beat individually, it's individually, but not.
Actually, you know what, Bhola, if you remember,
Yeah.
we reacted to a See Them On track, which was, you know, the uska jo video mein they're walking through that house. It's like a one take video.
Yeah.
was it?
Nalla
Yeah.
freestyle.
No, was it? No, it wasn't Nalafi. It was much before that. But I specifically remember it because उसमें भी वो vocal पीछे से आ रहे थे तो वो disturbing लग रहा
It was
था.
very disturbing.
And I
Correct.
had that
yeah.
thought after like we finished our session. I was listening to Two Tone during this week, and I was like, actually, thoda sa wo hai. But in the first time listen, I was able to focus on his voice more. But that's there.
So
that's a valid point.
My review was after listening to it about 6-7 times, I realized कि Two Tone बहुत starting में because it's very powerful.
Yeah.
Because just the
Exactly.
starting flow is
First
very
listen.
powerful. First
Yeah.
listen में अगला वो Two Tone बहुत से गाना होने वाला. And then I found myself concentrating a lot. And when you're doing that means so problem है.
Correct.
But what do you think of the overall like production from Umair? That is
So I've mentioned that as well, that I'm surprised by these sad sort of tracks, like because Umair is 19-20 years old.
That's
man.
what yes. We have discussed this in our
I
review.
have no idea how he has the emotional majority of producing something like, for example, Melancholy was amazing. Chord progression वगैरह बहुत सही feel, बहुत सही catch पे.
Listen, even that other one, Paul's Prophets, and what was the one where he kind of did that and then he did that at the end? I have to look at the track.
Also, a lot of tracks
Was it Lost in Time?
Very long outros, if you've noticed that.
I'm not complaining about it. I love it.
So I had two theories, okay, and I'm not sure if anyone of this is right or not. But so the album length is exactly 5-5-5-5. A lot of these outros,
I saw that.
A lot of these outros, मेरे को लगा नहीं 1 minute लंबा outro होने की कोई necessity थी बहुत जगह 20 second 25 second, and it's very like fade off type का transition था. There's no specific transition. So either it could be to have that aesthetic number की album length 5-5-5 में, or it could just be कि हम अब एक tempo से दूसरे tempo पे जा रहे हैं. So let this tempo in your mind tide out so that we can start. So that was my theory on why.
I'm going to go with theory number 1. कि वो specifically 5-5-5 करने के लिए कर रहे हैं, because otherwise
very possible. Because अभी open letter इतना abruptly भी खत्म हुआ भाई है तो.
Exactly.
There was no outro in it. It must have been like 5-5-5 हो गया. Hera?
Yeah,
that's possible. Umair, please tell us. No, but I think the some of the songs flowed into the next one. That could be a possible reason for the extended outro.
Possible, because the outro में tempo change हुआ बहुत. A lot of times tempo change हुआ outro में. इसको slow and reverb बना दिया.
Do you remember any?
Not really out the top, but
I'm trying to think.
अगर मैं अपने keep notes देखूंगा तो I would have made a note down कौन से गाने के नाम पे outro.
I feel like there was Lost in Time where there was a long outro that I really liked, and I think was it Desperation, Bhola, where I was like, he kept adding something and then he kept removing something at the end.
I don't remember which one it was, but I know what you're talking about. No? There was that whole stacking thing we were talking about.
Yeah. उसके बाद I had that feeling.
यही होता है जब पीछे पड़े रहते हैं ना लोग कि सारे इकट्ठे करो तो then खिचड़ी happens, mishmash. This is what happens.
Yeah.
हमारी गलती नहीं है.
Also, I felt like Bhola, you and I both, I think we felt कि अब track 7 से आके हम real बातें शुरू कर रहे हैं. अभी हम सब commercialness हमने कर ली.
Yeah.
Why are you clapping? I want to know why he's clapping.
I had mentioned something similar. Like the album starts heavy and then ends very, very heavy.
Oh God, yeah. He wanted to give a flavor of the heaviness with Melancholy, like थोड़ा 1 minute, 1.5 minute का. But then वो
happy hour
शुरू हो गए सब चीजें, which were also fantastic. There's nothing lacking in them. Especially like musically, lyrically, all of that.
Did you catch any Easter eggs though?
Yeah, all the song names, all the lyrics of old songs thrown in here and there for good measure.
Ha.
Then he had
Also,
like,
did you catch a lot of these tracks, like consecutive aane wale tracks had opposite words in it? Melancholy, happy hours,
that we
secrets,
got
open letter.
that we got without trying to catch it.
Huh?
We were just, I was like, melancholy se happy hour. kahan le gaye? I was like that. And then I was like, oh, at the top. And then
Top at touch base.
Touch base,
Yeah, that's very cool. Also, the half glass full. तो poster में भी half glass full है, and that same
Correct.
half glass, like glass and then half glass full, you'll see in that 9mm की video.
जो वो wine glass नहीं था, remember
हाँ.
बोला?
हाँ, I
And I
remember
was
that.
like, ये wine glass नहीं है, what is this?
So what is the funda about that? Like, is there any theories you have about that? Also, कि आधा glass fully क्यों रखा होता है इनका?
नहीं, that is तो half glass full में भी if you listen to their verse, it's just like very very basic meaning जो English proverb
Yeah.
का है, like looking at things positively. Although
Yeah.
it might seem that their glass is full, but it's not. It's half glass full. और तला यूनिस की verse में भी था कि ये मेरे साथ हो रहा है, लेकिन अभी भी अब मैं यहाँ पे grow हो चुका, यहाँ पे बहुत खराब चल रही है. And that duality of an artist's life, I feel that could be what
Also,
the meaning behind.
I also want to, like, while on this topic, talk about the poster, because the poster is something we've not discussed at all.
Yeah,
And
we left
from-
it for Rohan to tell us because I was sent
Exactly.
a few spoilers, but you tell us.
Acha.
Yeah, the poster has half glass full, by the way, on the left
Huh.
side.
Yeah.
I think we saw
It's-
that.
It's shot during dusk, done as at dusk.
Mm.
There are a couple more things. So right side पे there are two things जो rapper को बहुत जरूरत है, कि writing, that is a typewriter, and mic, that is for performance. And both of them have vintage design, basically like telling us कि तला अंजुम का real affiliation is towards old school hip. There are a few
Oh,
more जो मैं ध्यान नहीं आ पा रहा, जो मैंने scripting के time पे
I'll
लिखे
just
थे.
look at the melancholic तो vibe है ही picture
हाँ.
का. Then
Correct.
happy hour. So this hour of the day is usually happy hour in the bars, na?
Really, I think it's
Yeah.
2 to 5 ना, जब कोई भी नहीं आता है शाम को, तो लोग आप feel
Bangalore
करने
में
आए
2 to
होते हैं.
5 है.
मेरे को एक्चुअली पता नहीं है, मेरे को मैंने
यहाँ
जब
पे up till
कितने-
8 o'clock है.
Yeah, it's
अच्छा.
normally 5 to
हाँ,
7, 6 to
sunset
8
time.
ऐसे होता है.
यहाँ पे
Okay,
भी
okay,
sunset
मुझे-
time is Bombay में, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, मुझे नहीं पता उसकी यार.
Okay. Then we have, I'm just looking at all the track. Two tone कुछ है मतलब इसमें.
मतलब so I'm telling you,
Grace.
और बहुत सारे लोग अभी, so you can fit it
You could fit
like
it
that,
like
but it's not very
हाँ.
apparent. बहुत सारे लोग अभी भेजेंगे ऐसा कि देखो 2 टोन के जूते के 2 टोन नजर आ, लेकिन इतना ज्यादा जहाँ जब इतना ज्यादा ढूंढना पड़ रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा, and it's not very apparent even after looking for it, and you're just searching for it.
हाँ.
नहीं.
Correct.
That's true.
So I will point it out.
Flex is the armchair. It's a Godfather armchair, so it's a flex. I'm just saying these kind of comments will come.
Don't lie, that was your own comment right
Yeah.
now. And you like, oh, बता रही थी वो क्या होगा, क्या
Hey,
shut up.
मैं बता रहा हूँ श्रुति, ज्योति is true Awam member in terms of decoding these things, okay? मैंने अभी ट्विटर पे एक पोल किया, ठीक है? टाइपो सबसे होता है दुनिया में, ऐसा कोई इंसान नहीं जो टाइपो नहीं होता है. स्टिल हियर की स्पेलिंग मैंने ना स्टिल है लिखी है, तो बहुत कॉमन यूज वर्ड है ना, स्टिल है लिखी. ओह, यू आर स्टिल बीफिंग us?
Yeah, but I had a good
obviously,
chuckle
yeah.
about it. I was like, oh, still hai.
मैं
Must
true
ask
Awam
him.
है, true Awam है, true
It
Awam
was
है.
not Awam, it's just the grammar Nazi in me. I was like, what is this? Spelling check kara karo.
There's
Okay, so moving on. So this cover is apparently made by Abdul
Wali
Wali
Baloch.
Baloch. Yeah.
That guy is very good at Easter eggs, keeping Easter eggs.
है ना?
Sin 9mm का वीडियो भी इसने डायरेक्ट किया था.
Oh
heavy
yeah.
video.
Which though you broke down the whole video.
And I actually missed a couple. मैंने उसके बाद फिर से देखा तो मेरे को ध्यान आया, shit यार ये मैंने miss किया.
This is what happens when you're in a rush. Typos and missing
Yeah.
things.
It's okay.
also in the second half
as
of
long
the...
as people are not misinterpreting my types as a
वो
subliminal.
जो-
I am not this is I saw tweets, okay? So it's not come from my brain.
Yeah. हाँ, Shruti, you're saying
Okay,
something.
moving on.
No, I was just saying that how in the second half of the thing, Joe and I were also like figuring out that a lot of the names of the next wala track was being used in the previous track,
I-
randomly dropped here and there. And
I
then,
have
you know,
list. I have list.
Acha, you got list.
Oh,
Very
Okay.
good.
amazing.
Urdu rap Mos Def in Studio Gangster and At the Top. ठीक है? Shutting
Yeah.
Down Lahore in two tone and touch bass. ठीक है? Pusha T, word Pusha T in Studio Gangsters and False Prophet. Buried My Homie, Desperation, Happy Hour. The Pepsi and Coke reference in Open Letter and Flex. Push Start की जो बात करी थी टू टोन और टॉप डाउन में उनका वर्सेस में. Then Tapi Goli करके एक phrase है वो use किया था Lost in Time कामपुरा में. Actually there are lots, but मैंने
Well, हाँ. There's
Dude, for
also
you to have sat down and made a list of this,
Yeah,
matlab,
yeah.
banta hai, dude. Like, this is
Sorry,
amazing. Well done.
Thanks.
there
Yeah.
was something else also. One sec. Now I'm going to try and find what you missed. Which I think I no. What was the second one you said? Pusha T. Pusha T se pehle.
Pusha T. Shutting down Lahore.
Shutting down. Studio Gangsters. He like said early on.
हाँ.
So all
गाने
those
का नाम
name
तो बहुत
drops.
बार. हाँ, गाने का नाम तो actually बहुत बार लिया है.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So lovely. And what are your top 5 now? Let's come to that.
I think it's easy. It's first is Downers at Dusk without any drum. Like there's, it's very far away from the number second. Number second is Best Hook. The track that comes after Downers at Dusk. Is it Secrets? Third one would be Open Letter. Fourth one would be Melancholy. And fifth is the one where I have to think thoda sa.
Acha.
False Prophets is not featuring on the
False Prophet.
My God. Listen, I
False
prompted
Prophet.
him.
Yeah.
False Prophet kahan gaya?
Yeah. No. False Prophet, yeah. False Prophet would be actually fourth and Melancholy 5, yeah.
I literally had that on loop for an hour the other day.
Yeah.
I just...
Thanks, Shruti. I would have missed it actually.
Okay. But Shruti, you go. You tell me yours.
Okay, so like how I already said earlier that my intention was कि मैं सुनूंगी, but मुझे बिल्कुल time नहीं मिला. जो मैं करने वाली हूँ at some point अगर change हुआ तो मैं बता दूंगी क्या change हुआ. But let's go with I really okay. This is going to मेरे I think second half के अंदर तो हर गाना मेरा favorite बन रहा था. The mood I was listening to it, I was like ये मेरा favorite है, ये मेरा favorite है. So considering we've heard Open Letter today, और मैं I think maximum Open Letter में रोई. So Open Letter I really liked.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna randomly. I can't actually say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna say which are the 5 that stand out. Okay. Like still do. Open Letter. उल्टे से चलते हैं. Open Letter. Downers at Dusk. Lost in Time. False Prophets. Two-tone भी था, yes. How many have I said?
5
हो गए ना? हाँ, correct.
5 1.
Okay.
हाँ, तो मतलब, हाँ, correct. Glass Half Full was also nice. Basically, the second half of the album is more of my this thing. First song I liked, I was okay, intro ke baad. And then I was like, all those starting wale flexi songs, not flex, literally the song that also I really liked, by the way. But the other flexi songs were not my type. I was like, बहुत अच्छे हैं, but I will not listen to them again and again. I know the second half of the album is going to be on.
And is it your problem with regular flex rap? इसमें नहीं पसंद आया.
No, that's my issue with regular flex rap.
Right.
Although Flex, the song, I really liked.
Okay.
Like it was one of those which I was like, अगर हर flexi type song ऐसा होता तो I would listen to flex rap. You know? But yeah, generally I don't. Yeah.
I think the flex, I'll just say that the flex songs in this, I like on their own because they were all different in their music arrangement. So, you know, like I was telling you, I could listen to these in a bar and totally like be on the dance floor, like vibe to them. It'll be super great, you know, in a public place. It's not one of those like really hard बातें हो रही हैं, अच्छी बातें हो रही हैं, whatever flexing के angle से, और वो poetic style में flex करते हैं अंजुम साहब, तो वो भी अच्छा लग रहा है, लेकिन music उसका बहुत ही different है, so I like that. It wasn't your typical, you know, beats that you flex on. So, so from that angle, yes, I'm very surprised to see that Rohan's favorites are also the emo songs, you know, and I will say, I say my top 5 right now, how I feel about it is False Prophets, and then Open Letter for sure. And then I have to think Downers at Dusk and Secrets for sure. And now 5, where I cried. I was holding back in Desperation and False Prophet, but Lost in Time it to bhai happened. So I think I will go with that. But Lost in Time and Melancholy, I think kind of very close to each other. I really liked Flex, even Kampura. I really liked. Okay, I liked all. I loved Happy Hour. Just say Happy Hour.
Happy Hour was truly happy.
Very happy it was. Yeah, I have a point to make here that all 3 of us have the emo songs as our top this thing. And coming from Shruti and me is not very surprising. Coming from you is a little surprising. My question is, do you think these are the legacy songs then? Because rap is about flexing, and are those going to be the legacy songs in the long run for any artist? Like,
no, I mean,
is that a thought to discuss?
Yeah, I feel it just boils down to good music. Like, जो भी music आप hit करके, for example, Samantha Prabhu को जलालुद्दीन इतना hit कर गया that she's posting reels saying कि gravity saved my life. That's because she needed that self-esteem.
Needed that
boost.
emotion at that time. Yes,
So
agreed.
if मेरा जज करने का बेसिस यही है कि जो भी वो गाना अचीव करने की कोशिश कर रहा है,
Yeah,
उस अचीवमेंट की राह पे कितना आगे तक गया, I judge it based on.
that's
So
true.
for example, if this album had, let's say, Talanjim's verse, like for example, Agency हो गया या फिर अपना कौन सा था, Top Down करके गाना है जिसमें उसका फीचर वर्स था, अगर वैसे वर्सेस होते, I would have maybe had a flex rap in my top 5. Actually, we missed out a Studio Gangster. Actually, मेरा rap league का बहुत अच्छा वर्स था, but ठीक है, ये part
You liked it. We didn't.
I liked
I
it.
didn't like it.
I liked it.
Okay.
I mean, I
Interesting.
understand why you wouldn't will why you wouldn't like that track.
I mean, we just didn't connect with it. It's, it does what it needs to do for the people it needs to do it for. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that's a very good thought, because this is something I was discussing even with Zulfi. Like, has the soul of the song been delivered? Because at the end of the day, that is what will connect with the person it's meant for. Not
Right.
every song is meant for everyone. And of course, like Shruti, you and I also keep saying, sometimes a song doesn't hit us when we're reacting to it. It hits us later when we're listening offline. So it's also time, place, mood, mental sort of, mindset at that. Yeah. So
For sure. For example, Black Sheep का की जो गाना था रफ्तार पे, I made a breakdown video, and when I'm making a breakdown video, मतलब मैं उस गाने को कम से कम 100-150 बार सुन चुका हूँ before I start scripting. So I've heard it.
100-150 बार?
हाँ, so it's like
What?
yeah, it's just played. Even when I'm going to sleep, it's just playing. When I'm taking it's just playing. So that I keep understanding the track a little more. But I like that track, but not that much. And then 1 year later, I was randomly listening to the track, and I had a fight coming up that time. Ush time that track really hit.
You had a fight coming up, matlab?
I had a boxing fight.
Oh.
Yeah. So ush time
I thought
really hit.
y'all some gang or something.
No, not even closer. बिल्कुल भी नहीं है.
I got scared. Okay.
Yeah.
So it hit you.
I think so firstly it depends on how good this song is, and then it depends on audience का mood क्या चल रहा है.
I agree. Yeah. Well, I was telling you that some songs really hit me in December when I was going through stuff, and they hadn't hit me in that way before. So it's like
And then फिर बाद में पता है guilty भी feel होता है. One thinks कि यार इसके बारे में क्या बोला था और अभी क्या feel हो रहा है, and like सही नहीं बोला. So like that also happens. But it's human. It's okay.
It's all good. It's all good. So what are like, I feel like through this, what do you think Anjum set out to achieve through this album? Both of you.
I think legacy. Album तो कोई भी निकाल रहा है, तो there is no other point of releasing an album. You can release all singles and ये single individual tracks ज़्यादा numbers ranking कर लेंगे. Album basically means कि भाई it's like, why do you write a book mainly? Book से आपको पैसे तो आते नहीं. It's like a part of your legacy that मैंने achieve कर लिया. It's like a personal goal, and it'll stay for a long period of time.
A lot of people have like album releases for other reasons also. Like I want to just, it depends on where they are in their career.
So right now most of the album releases are because of this deal कि मैंने multi song deal कर ली एक distribution company के साथ, तो एक साथ ही package में दे देते, like that. This didn't seem like that. I have to give open letter that credit, because इसमें मैंने ये भी बोला है कि extra brownie points to Anju for not randomly adding a dance track ताकि number लेकर आ जाए and sticking to open letter. So उससे पता चलता है कि this is his attempt at like securing his legacy कि भाई ये मेरी story का part होगा, story आपका एक important part.
That's true. Bhola, what do you think?
I agree with Rohan. That's pretty much, I think, any person who goes out to achieve it. And over here, Anjum has totally achieved that. And if he had done anything lesser, remember at one point we were discussing midway through कि सब कुछ तो कर लिया इस album में, सिर्फ एक item song बचा है जो वो करेंगे नहीं, So it's literally everything that we know Anjum to be, to his style to be, and that's already a huge plethora of work, because he practically, like, he's good at many shades of performing, and इस album के अंदर वो सारे shades cover हो गए. So I think if that's what he went out to achieve, he's clearly achieved it 100%. And I think the cherry on top was Open Letter, because वो सारे गाने और album और commercialism या non or whatever सबसे हटके it became so personal that it became literally, I think वो जो होता है ना कि जब fans आपको लिखते हैं in the entire subcontinent, everywhere, I think all of us Desis are very like emotionally driven people, and if we like someone, we want to connect with them, we want to know their life. इसीलिए हमारे यहाँ पे good actors नहीं होते, superstars होते हैं, right? So it's literally that when we find that connect with our artist, like हम बिच जाएंगे यार,
we rally behind them, like
and that sentiment got addressed with Open Letter
beautifully.
And so for me, this album went already from here to then beyond because of Open Letter. So so that's what my feel by the end of it is. Now I'm not even comparing it to a you know, like अरे अच्छी album थी, या सुना अच्छा ये था अच्छा, no, ये एक experience है, और अगर आप इस जोन में हो, प्लीज ये एल्बम एक्सपीरियंस करो, और अगर अभी ये जोन नहीं आया तो कल आ जाएगा, परसों आ जाएगा, ठीक है, तुम्हारा टाइम भी आएगा, रुको, ये एल्बम you will appreciate this album.
No, but I agree with both of you. I just feel like an added thing is a lot of artists release their first studio album early on in their careers, you know, they don't wait itna. Or he has done so much, his discography is so wide, so broad, and now he's reached the point where he's dropped his first studio album. So there's a lot I am getting from this particular body of work is that it's kind of a culmination of phase one of the album, because he's not just addressed his old songs or un songs ka like emotional value kya hai listeners ki up, you know, mind mein ab tak, like Beat Guman or Afsane, you know, even Jo Bhi Jali Chalega, he's like all these little like lyrics he's thrown in from those old things. It's kind of like he's done a proper homage to all his old songs and all the emotional connect that people feel with them, while displaying his new sort of avatar with this new musicality. And I think that was a primary reason for him picking Umair to be on the album with him, where, you know, he's done singles with him, but he's not done a full-fledged project or EP or anything. So it was also like, let's have a completely new sound, give them flavors of what I've done, pay tribute to things that they've connected with, and yet talk about where I am and what I'm doing. And I feel like maybe from here on, because I'm trying to think, what is Anjum going to do after this? You know, there'll be singles, there'll be like projects, there'll be whatever. It kind of feels like this is that big milestone, you know, where it's like phase one Anjum is here. Now phase two Anjum's going to start. I don't, that's my like takeaway. I'm feeling it. It's just beautiful, especially because of Open Letter and how it ended, you know. Abhi main itna busy hu, sab itna achieve kar liya hai, abhi bhi show pe hu, but you take care. Everything you've said, I've heard you, I see you. And thank you. Bhai hai tu, you know. Anyway, let's see what happens here onwards.
Yep.
ठीक है, अब what is your this thing on why he picked Umair? And not like, I would have expected him to do his album with Joke, quite honestly.
Yeah, me too. I don't know, कभी कभार तो producers को choose करने के पीछे एक basic, so you can't explain कि आपको exact music कैसा चाहिए, you just give references.
Yeah.
तो mainly it boils down to कौन आपकी vibe जल्दी पकड़ सकता है. अगर आप बोलो कि आप मेरे को melody के लिए गाना चाहिए और आपके दिमाग में एक beat है, तो वो कौन सा producer है जो immediately आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है वो ला सकता है. It's very difficult to find a very good producer, and vice versa. It's very difficult for a producer to find a good artist जिसकी वो बात समझ पा रहा है. तो I think वही connection बैठा होगा. That's my guess.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing, because not that, but you know, that's another, like, I don't know. I feel like what Joke did with Happy Hour again is a whole other side of Joke. Maybe that's just personal bromanship that's very, you know, came into play, and someone understood the songs, and someone said, I will mix and master, you make this album, you know, like that push that you give someone that you are constantly with or around. There's a whole like, and he said that so beautifully in Open Letter, that I want people around me to grow, you know, he's clearly put that out about his personality. So I feel that also, but what you're saying, I feel is so right, because Bhola, we discussed this, na, ki how is at the age of 19, Umair able to understand the emotional plane of this writing, because it takes,
I don't even know what he's gone through in life to be able to understand this. और क्या वो बुढ़ा पैदा हुआ था, you know, होते हैं
old soul.
Very, very old नहीं. यहाँ पे like this needs to be some other level for him to understand this, create this kind of work, and you know, it's amazing.
Yeah, because I think after Lost in Time, I was just
please
like,
live your childhood. Don't grow up so fast.
So fast. No, I say grow up because we want music like this. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's like the writing wo itni ubhar ke aayi hai because of the arrangement under it. And true. I especially felt that in False Prophets.
That's true.
I cannot get over that song. Every time I listen to it, like, you know, your heartbeat is racing in that very intense way, and you're just feeling every single line more and more and more. It's just...
So I didn't expect it. I didn't expect this entire album to be, well, how we call it, Rondu playlist, basically. I did not expect it to go down that path. I thought it'll be a really healthy mix of, and I honestly thought there'll be more flexi tracks. So what were both of you also, what was your expectation before you started? Like, I know Joe's expectation. Rohan, what was yours before you started?
So I sort of expected a mixture of this, because अभी वो पॉपुलर हो रहे हैं अफसाने और गुमान जैसे ट्रैक्स के लिए ना, तो ओजी फैंस हैं, हाँ, उनके जो ओजी फैंस जो है वो बोल रहे थे कि यार वापस आ जाओ, लौट आओ, फ्लेक्स एंड ये सब बोल रहे थे. तो आई थिंक कि कुछ मिक्स ही होगा ये वाला. एंड या बट दिस वाज But I can understand अब वो just because audience को flex पसंद है वो आप जिस phase में है अपने life के उस phase के हिसाब से गाने बनाएगा and I'm assuming that he's in that poetic phase of his life.
Yes.
I think I can yeah.
Very nice point, because the personal progression of a writer has to be kept in mind. The audience thinks कि वो एक ही mode में, when we were this young, we vibed with these songs, and that's because that artist was in that life phase at that point. And then when your artist moves on to other phases of life and stages of life, maybe you have not moved on, maybe you have and you still connect, but some of the people who haven't and still want that stuff that they got initially, they will have those kind of tweaks.
Yeah.
कि यार फिर से ये हो रहा है या फिर से वो हो रहा है. It's all good. Like Jay-Z, how much he used to flex before, and now in 444 how much he's crying. Sorry, not crying, but just say life phases होते हैं सबके. Okay, very nice. I expected a good mix. Shruti, you're right. I feel like thoda or I felt like it'll be a back and forth between emo and flex, shairi and flex, but it was good. Was there a tribute to John Elia as well? There was, in one of the tracks. I think Secrets mein.
Was it?
Yeah, I think, if I'm not wrong, someone had pointed it out. It just came to my mind.
किसी ने क्या खूब कहा है.
हम सिर्फ जिंदा रहे तो मर जाएंगे. That line I feel is one of his poems.
No, but how do you know it is a tribute?
Because I was going through the lyrics last week, na?
As opposed to what? Look at that cheeky grin. As opposed to what?
Wait, I missed that. What did you say?
मैंने गाना लिखा है, मैं आपको सुनाना चाहता हूँ. It's original composition, okay? सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा. That is my. How do you like it? How do you like it? Tell me.
I love it.
This is also not even समझने को इशारा काफी है. This is like ये लो platter. समझो.
नहीं तो हाँ तो how do you know if it's a tribute? Like mention किया है कहीं?
Yeah, मैंने वो lyrics खोले ना इस हफ्ते. I was on genius.com.
So for example, I thought अच्छा हाँ.
वहाँ पे लिखा है. So I don't know, like
क्या लिखा है? Tribute लिखा है?
नहीं, every time those lines come, वहाँ पे John Elia लिखा है.
अच्छा good, ठीक है.
So वो I'm guessing.
So I was thinking कुछ एक जगह पे तो होता है लिखने वाले भी क्या खूब लिखा है तेरे दरमियां से तू ही खड़ा है, तो मुझे लगा ये एक ट्रिब्यूट हो सकता है कि भाई इसने बता रखा है कि मैं.
हाँ, okay, like that you're saying. Very cheeky you are. Nonsense. I shouldn't have brought that up only. Anywho, that was that. Any other thoughts that we want to discuss, or we are good? I think we
are very good. अभी जाके बहुत सुनने का है एल्बम और क्या बस सही है.
Actually मैं इस एल्बम की वजह से रफ्तार की मूवी पे रिएक्ट नहीं कर पाया. I was just stuck. I'm still stuck at Down Is It Dusk by that one song.
Listen, we are stuck. And how?
If everybody is stuck, मतलब कुछ तो है बात इस एल्बम में.
See, Raftar has dropped an EP in this meantime.
No, मैंने सुना रफ्तार की भी. That is like really good.
You liked all of it?
Yeah.
Why?
It's really good.
Production.
The sound of so Pradeep is an artist जो बहुत पहले से sound के साथ खेलने वाला one of the earliest artists at DHH. Which is I like have immense respect for. And इसमें रफ्तार की भी voice tonality, trap जो उन्होंने किया है, lyricism, all of that is like very good, top-notch production है. और sound by the artist and the sound of the whole EP is very good.
ठीक है, चलो, amazing. Thank you, Mr. Cariappa, for taking the time.
Thanks for having me. It's amazing.
And you didn't look up this time, so I didn't get my screenshot.
Okay, now is the time.
Got it.
Good, done. Thanks. I did good.
Done. What do you say? That clap thing? What is it? Cut. Ho gaya. On that note, chalo. Take care.
Chalo. Bye guys.
Live long and prosper.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm glad that you fuck with the music. Dil se karta hu, got my heart into this. And I wish I could write more, but I got a show cause I'm on tour. Gotta bounce, man. Hang tight. Be safe. Bye, tu.